Thanks so much for sitting down and having listened to everybody. It's been really inspiring to hear about all the work that everybody has done. I think Small World's a real place for getting together and doing a lot of good things. So today I was just thinking I might talk about eco-anxiety, which is something that I definitely struggled with when I first got into the kind of climate change scene. I was the kind of person that if I didn't bring my reusable steel water bottle with me everywhere, then I wouldn't be able to drink any water, because you can't, use a plastic cup or something like that, because that makes you feel guilty. So as I've gotten older, I've started working in those fields, and that makes me have so much more ability to feel strong, to feel supported, have community, and get things done. So my main point of focus for this talk is to explain to you how to move from that fear to agency and get things done and almost feel proud of yourself and positive about the way that the world is going, rather than maybe how you feel it is. So at the minute, I'm at university and I study like an environmental political degree, and through that I've been getting loads of opportunities, both within my university and outside, to do work on environmental issues. I would say if you're nervous about the environment and it makes you feel immobilised and paralysed, the best thing to do is to try and find an organisation that will take you in, train you up, get you to meet other people who are just as involved as you are, and actually make tangible action. So I've done this in the past through physical things like river cleaning, getting your waders on and hanging out with some people and picking up rats and knives and things in the river, but afterwards it looks so clean, it's definitely worth it, gives you that real positive look at what I've done physically action. Beyond that, there are organisations, especially for young people, like the Kent Youth County Council, the UK Youth Parliament. I'm talking about Kent because we're here. Those places can actually put you in touch with counsellors. They can give you money and funding to run programmes. So for a year I was a chair of a group called Curriculum for Life. We got £1,000 funding to apply to it, and we got programmes put in schools around Kent to teach them life lessons. So it's absolutely possible to do these kind of things, but you can't really just let yourself sink into your own feelings and emotions and get stressed about it. My first point of call is to find somebody that you look up to, maybe a mentor, maybe someone you know personally or someone you don't know but you've seen them around. Contact them and ask if they have any advice for you, because I always say the position I'm in now, the things I do now, I'm like, board advisor of a thing in Croydon that works with young people, and I just love doing new things. If I was in this position and somebody asked me for advice, I'd do anything to help them out. So don't be afraid to actually put yourself out there and ask for help, because if you don't do that you won't get very far, especially not in environmental fields, because there's just so many aspects of it, you don't know where to start. So yeah, talk to people that you look up to. Don't feel shy about actually asking for advice. And if you do feel that you're freaking yourself out with all of the little things, realise it's not you, it's the society you live in, and you can change that, but it won't be done alone. And yeah, I think I didn't want to do an extremely long talk because there's a lot of things to talk about. So I'd like to ask you guys some questions. If anyone is, I heard a nod, okay, saw a nod, good. So do you feel overwhelmed at all by the challenges facing our generation? And if so, do you have any main ones that you're holding on to in your head and you can't quite get over? If so, I should ask you guys too. Do you have any challenges that face you right now? Kind of environmentally wise, that's what I've been talking about. So the things that maybe make you feel a bit overwhelmed. Have you got any of those things?
Just the heat wave at the moment is probably the one on my mind.
The drought, that's the thing, when it becomes physical and around you, you really notice it. Yeah, those sorts of issues. So I was just talking about how I kind of take my eco-anxiety and my fear of the things happening around me and turn it into agency. I think with the drought, there are the little things you can do that are mainly up to you. Don't water your garden. If you see your neighbours having a very pristine garden, you can give them a little you sure you want to do that right now? More than that, there are obviously fundraising opportunities to raise some money for that sort of thing. I'm doing a fundraising cafe soon, I think, before COP26. So yeah, for the drought, it's really good to talk about it, to understand why it's happening. I think a lot of us are just like, oh, it's hot, it's summer, that's why. But then when you get down to the nitty-gritty and understand it a bit more, you do kind of almost feel overwhelmed by it. Sometimes you don't want to ask those questions. But no, it's good. There's lots of organisations that run, especially around water in the UK now, and I think there will be more as time goes on. No, the drought is quite terrifying, to be honest. Yeah. Any other things that people are a bit fearful of at the minute? Or overwhelmed by?
When you shop in shops, the plastic, single-use plastic, you can't get away from it. Especially if you're shopping for things that are, you know, you want to get cheap fruit and vegetables. All the cheap fruit and vegetables are wrapped in shitty plastic, and if you don't have enough money to go to a biodynamic kind of health food store, then you're kind of priced out of helping the planet.
Yeah, totally. I think on that issue, like I used to go to a school where the canteen had everything in plastic packaging, and it freaked me out. I brought packed lunch every single day because I was like, I can't touch this thing. So you know what I did? I started an eco-society, and I went to the canteen person. I was like, right, here's a list of compostable packaging, and it will be the same budget. Let's work it out. And we had some lot chips, and we sat down a lot over lunches, and we got it done. And I think that will come about. I know in the future, I'm pretty sure in the future, that a lot of supermarkets are already progressing towards reusable packaging, refillables, and also compostables. So I know it will happen. The issue is the pressure needs to be put on harder, I think. But in terms of the general fear in yourself when you pick something up and you're like, oh God, like I'm ruining the world. If you can look into anywhere near you, I know in Canterbury there was 2 zero waste shops, and at Coventry, where I live at the minute at uni, there's a market for that sort of thing. I think there are a lot of markets around, but again, it's a lot of effort sometimes, a lot of seeking it out, a lot of word of mouth. But eventually that will happen. I'm sure that will change. It is just the effort put in by people to protest a little bit, which I know has been happening. So great for that. But yeah, no, I'll ask one more question, and then I think I'm going to bugger off. Or should I stop right now?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, only last question is, do you have anyone that you look up to in this field? And if so, what do you want to learn from them? What is something you feel that you're lacking in the climate sphere? If there's anything at all.
Yay!
Oh,
Thank you for your positivity and
when we all come to our chat and like actually like reciprocating it and being like, yeah, I do this for climate crisis, yeah, it's really cool. I was like, wow, someone actually wants to talk back when we're just ranting at them and asking them to come to us and do for you.
no, you
Actually going to talk back and give us like informative things to help us learn as well.
I think that's the hard thing. Sometimes, a lot of the time, when I talk about the climate crisis with family especially, I can just feel in their eyes, shut up, you're annoying me, you're stressing me out, don't want to know. So the most important thing is to not expel your energy on people that are going to hate you for it. Don't bother all the time with people that have that all up. The best thing to do is to ask them, do you have something that you're scared of, really? You don't want to go straight in with do this, do that, because that is guilt tripping. We don't need any more guilt with the climate crisis. It is what paralyses us. So yeah, I think the main thing is find organisations, find communities that will uplift you, give you opportunities, train you up. Don't feel that all the pressure should be on your head to do all of the work yourself. It isn't. There are support networks out there. The hardest thing though is to put yourself out and do it. But yeah, I really will stop there. But thank you guys so much. That was really sweet.
thank you so much. Can you reintroduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Poppy Mansfield Jones. I'm 20 and I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you.